basically, if the product is applied into the soil, doesn't matter. If you spray on the plant, its drops fall down into the soil, or you can use it in drip irrigation, then it's very fast effect. But what is happening, all the microbial functions start to work here. Hemoheterotrophy, so the nutrient cycling, soil structure, aerobic processes, which is not good for pathogens. Pathogens don't like aerobic processes. And CO2 actually is also taken because bacteria can do microbial CO2 fixation. So this is all happening here underground, which you cannot see. And in the plant, if plant is taking it through the leaves, what is happening? So for example, there are the phytohormones like auxins, which are making growth, and chlorophyll, which we already mentioned. Then there are cytokinins, which are making the size of the fruit, of the vegetable, so the size is very much improved. Then we have there some gibberellins, phenolic compounds for systemic resistance. Then there is also ABA, which is abscisic acid, which is actually making drought resistance to water stress. But this is also due to ethanol, which is alcohol. There you can find a lot of also vitamins in the ecofertile, proteins, amino acids, different organic acids like lactic acids, butyric acid, acetic acid. And this is all super natural for the plant. And it makes it really, really very, very strong. And this all would happen, all these enzymes would be formed in this healthy root system if microbiome would work well. So all is actually just replication of this natural soil process.
You mentioned CO2 fixation. That's a very important topic what I wanted to talk to you about. Because CO2 fixation at today, it really matters as the CO2 is actually connected to global warming. And you have been working with the CSync, which is founded by European Union. And I saw the studies from the CSync and I found it just amazing. And I had to go back and forth to try to understand it a little bit because the data were just mind-blowing. So through those minerals and all the oxins and alcohols, you can actually store the CO2 in the soil.
Yes, exactly. Because the soil is actually largest soil chasing CO2 sink, actually because it covers a lot from our surface. And now if you imagine in this surface, okay, in the wood, it works super, right? Because there is microbiome working, wood is storing the CO2, so that's why there is, afforestation.
Yeah, but it's something what it just comes and goes. It's not something what you can really fix for hundreds of years. Even the green leaves, or it comes, go, spring, summer, autumn, I don't know, maize is probably just a 6 months on the ground.
Yeah.
How much you can actually fix? But if you are fixing it in the soil,
underground, deep.
keep the water, so you can actually heal the planet like this.
Yes, that's true, but especially the focus is then on agricultural soils, because in agricultural soils, by using all the agrochemicals, we are actually destroying not only microbiome, but actually almost all life, because, all is connected.
Which is very important, because 1/3 of the whole global Earth, it's actually agriculture.
Yeah.
So the agricultures have to be a part of CO2 fixation. It cannot go without it.
Exactly, and if you have just dust without life, the classical, normal, natural carbon cycle is not working in this dead dust
They
anymore.
own the 1/3 of the Earth.
No.
They have to actually go with the scientists and go with the new technologies.
Yeah, And there are, in testing, there are several of these CDR technologies. So you have also enhanced weathering. Of course, you have also other techniques, but this is all kind of interconnected. And we are doing the pilot studies and measuring in these different pilots in different countries how much of CO2 can be actually fixed by microorganisms into the soil.
But you have afforestation and you have a
microbial carbon fixation.
So, and it's a one more which are natural. The rest is just like chemical technologies, extremely expensive, very hard to go to the fields with, and requires I don't know how many data and whatnot. Like with this, you exactly know if it's healthy, if it's green. You look at the roots. Yes, you know it's actually working. You are fixed in CO2.
But you need to then measure also in the soil, because
there is a business going on with it.
Sure, because of course you need to calculate also with biomass increase. So yes, this is one part where the carbon is flowing. So then this liquid carbon, which is underground, is taken by the plant, and also of course plant is taking CO2 from the air. So it takes underground, it takes from the air, and it builds biomass from it. But also underground, what is happening if bacteria and fungi and all the microorganisms are from carbon. So they actually grow their bodies from the carbon, but heterotrophic bacteria, they are actually using the carbon as their source of energy. And by this, they are changing these organic molecules into other forms. And these other forms are, again, like I mentioned, this ethanol is making plant drought resistance. And these metabolites are then utilized by the plants, or they travel deeper and again react in the soil and created stable carbon. But this stable carbon can be organic, but this carbon can be also inorganic. And this is, already quite similar to enhanced weathering technology, because what is happening is that CO2 then it's in the form of carbonates. So the stable carbonates are created in the soil, and this is where carbon gets stored.
So if took the Earth million years to create the carbon, then the pesticides, the agriculture, and all the
there are losses.
The losses.
You lost it from the soil.
And you can come with eco-fertile and fix it back.
Not only, but of course you need to keep good practices as well.
So even better.
Yeah, so depends on every soil. If the farmer will again come and apply bad practices or whatever, then you can again affect it negatively. But if you keep use better and better practices, you are slowly building structure.
You actually have clients who they are fully just using your product, nothing else, right?
Yes. It took some time, but yes.
They had to learn, and they had to heal. They had to yield the soil, they had to yield the plants. It's the vineyards, right? Yes.
Vineyards, but also, but also what is funny is like very intensive agrochemical use is in golf courses or at soccer stadiums, and they use a lot of agrochemicals. But even they realized that after the rain, the water is not standing there anymore because soil structure changed, so it's nicely absorbed. And imagine it's just football stadium. And the same is happening, in the agricultural soil. So you are, slowly, you need to use it for the whole season. But after one season, you already see changes.
The difference.
And you need to work on it to build soil and its health again. But in these most difficult soils, which was really destroyed, you get really quick and big result. That's why we got this, I had, I don't know how many, 52 tons per hectare.
62?
Okay, in Novacany on the oat, because this was conventional and there was really high increase then in the carbon suddenly.
It's crazy. We have to talk about this a little bit more. I'm really going to open this conversation, but it's just like you cover with the 2 little bottles pretty much everything what we need and I really hope I will be able to be a part of this amazing adventure, I would say.
It is adventure.
It is adventure. It is adventure, and I think we kind of went through pretty much everything lightly. Maybe somebody is still watching us. and well, then thank you very much.